Hello. More Kerbal Space Program today, as should be expected at this point. So today, my goal is to do this mission, which requires me to dock 2 vessels and transfer crew between vessels near the Mun. And so that is going to be the first contract I accept. Now, are there any other contracts I can do at the same time? That's the question. These guys want to orbit around the Mun, so maybe I can do that. Wait, no, this guy wants to land on the Mun. No shot I'm doing that here. And you guys also want to land on the Mun. Alright. And so do you. Well, actually... I might be able to do this. It will not be easy, though. I suppose... This one I can do. Right? I need to recover it at Kerbal, but that's fine. Yeah, let's do it. I hope I have the part, actually, because I don't remember if I have that yet. And if I don't, then accepting that was a big mistake. Okay, bad news. I don't have that part. Right? Do I happen to have a part with that? So I don't think I do. But there's a chance, you know? Science. Oh, I do. Experiment plant growth. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. So I need to launch this. Get it into orbit around the Mun. Do the experiment, and then return it to Earth. Or return it to Kerbal. And at the same time, I need... I have a lot of parts here that I will need to work through eventually. What I need here is... I'm going to need to have a... Trying to think. Maybe what I can do is put like a space station about the Mun. Do I have a docking port? I do. Okay. Good, because if I didn't, that would be embarrassing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to launch a space station, just a small one, into Munar orbit. Well, actually, it's probably worth it to make it unmanned on ascent. just to make it so that I don't have to leave a Kerbal on it. But so what I need is a see, do I have a structural part that I can use for this? I don't know what these are. Very interesting. You're too big, though, which is a shame. Okay, so I guess instead of that, I will go ahead and use a service bay. That's a bit big, actually. Oh, I have these buses, though. Maybe I could use them. How big is the docking port? Quite large. Also, another thing that I need to check. Okay, I do have monopropellant. Or RCS thrusters, I mean. Alright, so I am going to put this into a service bay and fill it with some parts that I needed to have, like batteries. The solar panels I will not put in there, though, because that would be a bad idea. You don't want to put solar panels inside. That would be foolish. I might actually just put 8 batteries on it just in case. Go ahead and close that up. Then get a part like, no, you're too big. Well, I suppose first I should put a crew part on it. Something like a science lab. Wait, in order to do this, you require the research lab. Okay. So then, what I'm going to actually do is because I need what? Because I need to put this part on. Do you have room for seats? You do. Okay. So here's my plan. And it might be pretty dumb. But basically, I'm going to launch a part, or my quote-unquote space station is pretty much just going to be this. However, I need to actually have an adapter for that, so that it doesn't look awful. I don't technically need one, but I'd rather have it, so that it doesn't look awful. Suppose I could use the larger service bay, but there's no reason to. Where is it? Structural. Here we go. No, you're too big. There we are. Do I actually have a smaller version of that? I don't think I do. No. Oh, wait, I do. Okay, cool. So go ahead and do this. And then stick a... where might I find... Actually, I don't need it. Alright. So, stick a few solar panels on this. I'm going to put quite a few. Just in case I end up needing them. Oh, wait, I should not have done that. Because I don't know how much power this actually is going to use. And then I also need communitrons, or communication arrays, or whatever you want to call them. So... I think this is good, but just in case, I will add another one. Or perhaps I actually just put 2 of these on and call it a day. And then on top, I will add a docking port. No, docking port goes on the bottom. Where does it? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. I'll go ahead and put it on the top. I need a structural piece to get one size smaller to fit on the docking port. If I have it. I don't know if I have a piece that I need, to be honest. All of these are too large. No. Is it this? It might be that. Let's try it, because I don't think it's going to get better than that. Coupling, docking port. It's not perfect, but it looks better, so I'll use it. So this is going to be the docking port on it. Now I need to create a rocket that can not only get this to space, but in fact get it all the way to the Mun, which will be easier said than done. Firstly, what I need to do is get the I have no idea if this will actually be useful at all. What is its specs? Does it say? No. So it makes Eurekas, but I don't know how to convert a Eureka into a science. Or if there even is a way. Um, it doesn't say. Um, Very strange. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so let's put a, as I was saying, coupler on it. And then a, oh, I don't have a fairing the size that I need it to be for this. What I can do instead actually is use a smaller coupler. And then do this. And that'll work. Yep, there we go. And then for this, I'm going to need one hell of a rocket to get it into Munar orbit. Particularly, I believe it needs to be low Munar orbit. It's just near the Mun, so it is. I believe it's low Munar orbit then, which is a slight issue. So with 1200 oxidizer, actually, let's go with the smaller fuel tanks. With 900 oxidizer, I do not remember what rate I need of each. In order to use one of these. Just that I need a lot more of these than I do of the other one. I think this should be enough. I don't know if it's the most efficient though. What's the math on this actually? I can go ahead and figure it out really quickly. So, what is it? It is, let me pull up a calculator. Okay. So, it requires 86.253 over, was that 5.75? It was. And then I have 900 on it. So I'm going to need 13,500. And what I currently have is 12 times 12, there's 1200 times 12, which is 14,400. Actually, I could just divide this by 1200. I need 11 of, no, I need a little more than 11 of them. So yes, this is the correct amount. Because if I had less than this, it wouldn't quite work. However, I believe I can take it down by like a notch and still have it work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in tenths. Okay. I think I can take it down by one notch and have it work. I'm not sure though, so don't quote me on that. And then this is my transfer stage, so now I need an ascent stage. Something that is going to get me into the correct orbit. There we go. Or sorry, get me into Kerbal orbit. Not the correct orbit. I don't know what I'm saying there. You're the wrong shape. You are as well. I need you. And then stick on like 2 of these. Because this is very heavy. It's going to be taking a lot to get into orbit. Honestly, I might add a 3rd. No, let's try it with just the 2 and see how it goes. And I'm going to have 3 of whatever engine I choose, which, wait, no. I might just put on 1 of these. Do I think that would be enough? No, because it's a hydrogen engine. Me when I'm foolish. I want it to be like this. And then make it compact. Okay, so that's my engines. And then stick on my boosters, which I will have 4 of. Stick on... Are the thumpers still my biggest, or are these? 440 kilonewtons, 300 kilonewtons. The kickback is bigger than even the thumper, so I'll use the kickback. And then add on the nose cones with the Zepratrons. I do need to rotate them just slightly though. I messed that up, hold on. And then I need to lower them down. Like so. And then I need to add on the struts. So let me get those ready. I'm also going to try a mech jeb because there's a chance that this will make it easier. I don't actually know if it will work, but I think it's worth a shot because if this lets me get into Munar orbit, then I think it's worth it. And I believe, yeah, okay, it will not work. That's a shame. I don't have the things unlocked that I would need for that to work. I will note that there is a 0% chance that the reaction wheels in this thing are going to be enough. So I might want to add on RCSs. Or maybe just reaction wheels. Do I have... Let me check really quickly. Do I have the point attachments for the correct size? I have that attachment size. I have this attachment size, but I do not have the smaller one. That's a shame. Because if I did, then I could have attached reaction wheels. But it is whatever. I will have to do without them. Almost forgot to add the struts because I haven't done that yet. That should be good, to be perfectly honest. This is not a very complex rocket when it comes to the number of parts. Just in case, though, I guess I'll add this. That's not what I meant to hit, so... Good enough. Yeah, that's probably a bot. So that's a ban. Humans don't talk like that. And this is going to be the Munar station. Let's make sure that everything is actually correct, because right now they aren't. Looks good to me. So I guess let's launch. It's too heavy. Ah. Well, can I upgrade launch pad with how much I have? I can. So let's do that. And then launch it for real this time. And 3, 2, 1, launch. Let's go ahead and merge those stages so that I don't have to worry about that later. Because I forgot fins, and so that might make the whole rocket unstable. In fact, it probably will. And I'm out of control. Okay. Do these not have gimbal? They do have gimbal. I guess it just wasn't enough gimbal. So let's add on the fins. Why is it 3? It should have been 4. There we go. Save and launch, and this should be enough. Do this again. Let me wait for the turn. Now as good a time as any. So let's start pitching over. Although I guess technically in this case it's yawing and not pitch. Oh, I forgot to throttle up. Okay, we have plenty of thrust, but my worry is the amount of fuel I'm burning through here. Oh no, I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, okay. My apoapsis is already high enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the engines. And wait to go up. And we'll be deploying these very soon. I think I'm high enough now. Let's go ahead and deploy that. I'm going to reorient just so you can see a little bit of what's going on. I need to turn on the engines just for a touch in order to properly orient myself for my next burn, which is rapidly approaching. $77, $78, $79, $80. Alright, orbital insertion time. Need a periapsis of at least 70, and then I can declare an orbit. And it looks like I will be getting it. Oh no, not quite. Okay. That is a shame. My apoapsis is stupidly high. Wait. This craft still exists despite me having canceled the contract? That's quite interesting. That's very interesting. Anyway, I need to set the minus target. And I guess just wait for the insertion time, or whatever it's called. I need to be 45 degrees apart from the mun, approximately. Now looks to be good. So I need to burn prograde. And it will take some time for me to orient prograde, because, as I stated previously, my reaction wheels are not very good. Alright. Need to wait for an encounter. Alright. Perhaps is 55. I would rather it be a touch lower, just a touch. So what I'm gonna do is slowly turn around. And get that to be under 50,000. Because I believe 50,000 is the barrier for close to the mun. And that is the requirement for the contract. Alright. It is time to burn just a touch retrograde. That was too much retrograde. Okay, so new plan. As I spin around for the next time. Well, actually, I need to extend these antennae. If I do a thruster limiter on this, to say 30, that should make it easier. Let's turn on our lights. Doesn't look like there are many lights. Anyway, I need to be ready for this burn. I need a periapsis of like, oh shoot. I overshot again. I don't know if I really want to keep doing this, but I don't really have a choice, do I? It's still far more efficient to do it down here. I will, however, continue to lower the thruster limiter. Okay. Good enough. Alright. So then, let's warp to the encounter. What did I just do? I warped to the wrong encounter. Well then. I don't know why I'm trying to load a save. I don't have any saves. That is embarrassing. And it is unfortunately not the first time I have made that mistake. So I guess we are launching again. Begin our turn. Oh, I did that a bit aggressively. Oh, that's bad. Whatever. It's still good enough. Go ahead and stage. Got the throttle up again. Let's coast up to apoapsis. Go ahead and revert the flight because I hit the wrong button. Wait, I'm gonna take revert to the launch pad, not to here. Launch again. In our turn, I'm actually a bit late on it, so I'm gonna have a less efficient ascent profile. but it should be fine. Alright, my apoapsis looks good, so let's wait. On high, and if you're wondering, no, I cannot see anything either. It's just how it works when you launch at night. Okay. I am pointing entirely the wrong way. But there's no chance of me recovering that. Okay. Let's begin our orbital insertion burn. Actually, I have more fuel this time, which is interesting. Alright, I'm in an orbit. Let's turn on those lights, even though there are none. Just to... I did not mean to do that. Just to be able to see slightly the rocket. And then... set you as target. I've already missed the encounter for this one. I'm already well past it. I need to be about actually at periapsis. Let me go ahead and warp. And I might have just passed it again. No, I didn't. Okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being stupid. I need to be actually at approximately my descending node. At least at this point in time. I think I need to be a bit past it once I actually get there. Slow down the warp. And be very careful that I do not accidentally make me burn straight into the atmosphere. And begin the burn. Why am I wobbling? That's not a good sign. Never like a wobbly rocket, that's for sure. It's never a good thing. But I don't think it's too wobbly. I think I will still be able to make it. I'm actually going to go ahead and start throttling down so that hopefully I can hit this once and not have to keep trying over and over again. Good enough. That'll do. Let's drop save, just in case I accidentally make the same mistake I just made before. And warp here. Look at this shot. You remember last time I was talking about, or maybe it wasn't last time, maybe it was last week. I was talking about a shot of Kerbal and the Mun, except at that point the sun was on the opposite side. This time it's not. So let's get to the periapsis. Oh, I can now warp to a specific point on my what do you call it? I don't even remember. Oh no. I have encountered a problem that I did not consider, but at periapsis I should be in view of Kerbal. So let's warp to periapsis then. Okay. Now I should be able to control the vessel. Okay, and I need to be retrograde. And start burning in about now. All right. Let's get a good apoapsis, looking to be within 50 kilometers. And that looks good. Very nice. All right. Let's return to the Space Center then. And now I need to launch a vehicle with at least 2 Kerbals. And technically I could use the same rocket, but it is quite expensive actually. How much money do I have? I do have enough, okay. But because of how expensive it is, I probably don't want to use the same rocket. I probably want to work on something smaller. Something similar then to my Munar rendezvous, maybe? See what this looks like. Yeah, no, wait. No, this isn't good. So I would need to fit on another Kerbal. And so this actually wouldn't work. Maybe though I can adjust it. Let's see. I could also go for the engineering vehicle actually. Wait, I'm an idiot. I was looking at my funds as the cost. The cost is that. But still. So, let's open up what I just launched, which was Munar Station. Let's rename it to Munar Science 1. Or Munar Station Science 1, actually. And what I'm going to do here is remove this coupler and then remove everything. And then put on a Mark II command pod and build my orbiter. Or build up my return vehicle, I suppose is what I should call it. So, I need a piece to put the plant growth experiment on, which I will find in payload. Can I open this? I can, but it's not quite what I need. I need it hollow. Do I have something hollow? Actually, I might in structural. I do, yes. So, let's actually make that short for a second so that I can... Nope, you're wrong. There we are. Actually, won't I need access to this? So maybe this isn't a good idea. But then again, I don't have a piece that I need. It's not gonna, there's no shot it's gonna fit in this. And a fairing is just as good as this if I don't want to deploy it. So maybe I just have to use this and then hope it is good for re-entry. which is a bit of probably a stretch. Which one do I want to attach it to? I think this one. I think that's the right one. Yeah, it is. I think. I actually don't know. Yeah, it is the right one. Okay, cool. Then I need to put on parachutes for re-entry. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is my re-entry vehicle. Actually, no it isn't, because instead of this parachute, I need a docking port. And even worse, I need, well, I was going to say I need monopropellant, but I actually don't need monopropellant in this case, because what I can do is, if I remove this from that part of the rocket, and what I can do is, assuming this works, and I'll need to test it, but assuming this is correct, then what I can do is stick on a fuel tank like this, change it. Monopropellant isn't an option on this. Okay. That's unfortunate. So what I'm actually gonna do is, do I have a monopropellant tank that is inline, or do I have to use the radial ones? I think I'm gonna have to use the radial ones, which sucks big time, because it is nowhere near efficient. But I don't have a choice, do I? What I am going to do, though, is because I can have cross-feed, or because I'm going to have cross-feed between here and the fairing, or not the fairing, the middle stage, I can have extra fuel on it. Although, this is the wrong kind of fuel, isn't it? So I actually can't. So what could I use instead? Well, I could just use this and then just drain it, I suppose. Is probably my best bet. I'm actually going to change it to kerosene just so that it doesn't get in the way of things, or it doesn't impact my fuel readings on the side. This is a shame that I can't put it straight in the middle. Suppose the question is, do I believe that this is going to be enough? And to be perfectly honest, I don't. But at the same time, I don't have much of a choice. So I suppose it's gonna have to be. I can also put on some extra ones down here beneath the fairing piece. So I'll try not to worry about it and just hope it's enough. I need monopropellant thrusters. So Let's put 4 of them. I said 4 of them. Like so. I don't know what the difference between these two are. An angle variation. They both look angled though. Oh, I do see the difference. Okay. So, I'm gonna put one set here. And add on the 5-horn configuration. And then connect this. And I will need to edit the fairing here. So what is stopping me from just doing this? Literally nothing. Okay, cool. It looks dumb, but it works. So screw you. And then I need gonna add more monopropellant tanks. And I should have plenty of fuel for a return trip here because I dropped so much mass from the top. So much mass. I can also even add on a nose cone here, but I don't think it's worth the mass. So I'm not going to. I still need to add on, as I was going to do earlier, obviously thrusters. And RCS and monopropellant tanks. Now I don't think, I'm gonna be real, that this is gonna be enough monopropellant. I don't think this is gonna be enough RCS thrusters. So I'm gonna add a third set to the top, the very top, because I don't need to go into EVA. This should be fine. And call this a rocket. So, let's just launch, I guess. Actually, first, let's make sure that this is all correct. Yes, it is, but I will combine those as I did before. Same with these. And move this down. Alright, cool. And I'm also going to change that. Alright. Let's launch. And then immediately revert because I forgot the solar panels. That is a little bit important for this. Just a little bit. Okay. So let's get my electricity. Solar panels. I don't have anywhere to put them other than up here, which is a shame. But at least I can fit 2 on. Although all of this mass that I'm adding to the top can be a bit problematic when it comes to actually re-entering. Let's just hope it doesn't become a problem. So, 3, 2, look at this stupid freaking nose on the rocket, bro. That's that looks so bad. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. And I need to revert and get a scientist. I need Bob on this, not the engineer. Okay. Now let's save and launch. Three, two, one. We have liftoff. Remember to throttle up before stage separation. Jebediah and Bob are on their way back to the moon for Jebediah, but for Bob it will be his first time. And although we are not landing, it will still surely create an unforgettable experience for Bob Kerman. Let's begin our gravity turn. I think, if I remember correctly, that's the name. It just came to me. After all these times forgetting it, I believe the term is gravity turn. I am going to actually cut my engines here, so that I do not end up burning away. And I'm gonna wait until the atmosphere is thinner before continuing my burn. I think it should be thin enough at this point. Let's start burning prograde. My apoapsis is well high enough now. Some might even call it too high. Let's go ahead and deploy that fairing. Turn on the lights so that I can actually see the rocket. Look at this shot. This ain't a bad shot either. Look at that. This is why this is one of my favorite games of all time. And I really hope that KSA, Kitten Space Agency, becomes a spiritual successor to it. And lives up to the expectations that come with bearing such a title. Because, well, Kerbal Space Program 2 did not live up to those expectations. I am burning the incorrect way. Okay. Something has gone horribly wrong here. I seem to have completely done something stupid. I don't even know what I did wrong. However, My apoapsis is stupid high. So now I need to wait for it. Alright. My ascending node is within tolerable levels. As I get here, I will be approximately 45 degrees off. First, let's just get into an orbit, though, before worrying about anything else. Okay, so if I go ahead and warp to the descending node, I think I will be about 45 degrees off by the time I get there. I just need to hope that I can get pointed prograde by the time that I actually reach it. Because all the removed mass has made it so that I'm still lugging this entire first stage, or I guess second stage if you include boosters. And let's go ahead and throttle up. Okay. Let's go ahead and not throttle up all the way, because that was a bad thing I just did. And we'll take time to recover. I don't know what's making the rocket so wobbly. Well, you know what it might be? It might be the fins. Alright. Let's try for insertion here. Now, I want to note that I'm doing this from a non-circular orbit. So it is not going to be a very very good encounter if I do even get one. Oh my god, I actually got one. I flew straight by it. Somehow. How did that even work? You know what? This actually is an issue. I think I need to burn, firstly, prograde. Get my apoapsis up. Well, I can do it like this, I think. Yeah. What is happening? god. What is going on with the maneuver node planner? Um... See, the problem is that if I do this as is, what the hell is happening? Oh my god. Anyway. Thank you for, yeah, it is just Unity being dumb, but it's causing me a big problem here. I throttled up too high. Encounter is 99% of the time trustworthy when it's begging out. Yes, the problem is that it's not letting me see the encounter at sometimes. Like, at all, even though it should exist. You know what? I'll take it. If I do this, I'll be on the right side of the moon. I'll have the ability to do an orbit. Okay. It's going to be very inefficient because I'm so high up. But let's warp to the SOI change, sphere of influence change. Here comes the Mun. And let's get to periapsis. I'm going to have a hell of a time rendezvousing with this, but it's going to have to do. And that's all there is to it. Alright. So I need a periapsis of about 50,000. Actually, let's go ahead and set this as my target. That'll do for now. I just need to lower down my orbit. The good news is, if I do manage to dock, I will at least hopefully be able to exchange fuel from the other thing to here in order to make a return journey more feasible if I believe I am too low on fuel for it. Okay. So, I need to get pointing in the correct direction. And I need to end up at my normal, indicated by this purple triangle. And I need to then warp to the descending node. And correct it. Or correct my orbit, I should say, not it, because I need to elaborate on what it is. Good enough, I think. I might want to correct that just a touch more. So let's go ahead and flip over because I overshot. And wait for the ascending node, which is in just a second. And there we go. Alright. Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't actually remember the process that I had in order to force an intercept. Where is... It's way up here. I don't think I should really be doing this here. Maybe I should go... Okay, here's an idea. I'm gonna go to the intersect point and burn prograde until it says that in the next orbit we will be roughly at least aligned. I'd imagine that this is a very inefficient way to do things, but without MechJeb or wait, this actually worked. Hold on a minute. Whoa! No, 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 no! Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I hit Z. I meant to hit Control and I hit Z, so I full throttled it. I'm spitting nothing but facts. What's my separation? 0.4? Can I make that slightly better? This might be a bit of a tall order. And let's lower the thrust limiter so that I don't overshoot. Separation 0. Okay. Guys, I think we might have an intercept here, as long as I don't mess it up. So let's save again, just in case. And I need to warp around again. But yeah, I'm glad I was spitting facts because I was kind of just blabbering. I'm not gonna lie. And I need to hit retrograde. And it actually looks like I might not want to be at 100 here. I don't even know if 30 is where I want to be if I'm only like 60 meters a second away. But here we come. We are falling toward it. So, let's make the thrust limiter 10. And drop another save, just in case. You can never be too careful. As I approach the interception. What we did was definitely inefficient, but it's so easy to get encounters that way, and with KP, that's a great method. Glad to hear it. Because if I had to do it a different way... Guys, I think 0 kilometers might have been an issue. I think... Guys, I think when it said 0, I think it meant it. That's... What the hell did I just do? Run it back in ship view? Yeah. Let me load the save. This is legitimately impressive. I need to time warp a little bit just to get closer. Okay, well, because I was in time warp, it didn't register. I time warped too far. This is an impressive. This is an impressive intercept. This is the kind of stuff NASA would would hope for. Like, holy cow. That's literally on the dot. I was not expecting that. That's impressive. I'm actually going to clip that. Thank you for showing it. I mean, I wanted to see it too, to be honest. All right. Go ahead and try to make that not happen. So I need to burn retrograde. a little before the actual intercept point, because if I wait, well, you know what happens. I already lowered this, right? Yes. Okay, problem. Did not need to lower it. Okay. I know that now. I did not know that before. Okay. So, what I need to do is point at the target and then swap to the other craft and point at the other ship with that craft. Can I even do that? Now that I think about it, I don't think I can. Just going to make this not very easy. But let's just try it and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't have any control of this vessel right now. So, instead of this, what needs to happen is I need to toggle RCS. Make sure I'm all the way throttled down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, this is a problem. Okay, I'm beginning to think. Let's just get closer here. So, let's disable RCS until I just want to go forward. So, what I'm going to do here is just try to progressively get into a state. Now, I is forward, correct? I'm not being an idiot here, because I was using I as forward. Sorry, not I is forward. I is down. I think if I remember correctly, actually H is forward. Is that correct? Yes. What was backward though? N? Okay. Let's get closer. Wait. I've actually been here so long that if I go ahead and point toward the target, which is this circle on the nav ball. And then, actually, can I set specific? If I remember correctly, you can set specifically the docking port as the target. Is this true? No. Or maybe I just haven't unlocked it. Okay. So. Yeah, okay, you actually can. Cool. So. Let's point in that direction. And doing it this way will... Oh, you don't know why it's not working? I think it might have been the craft was simply too small or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It should still be in line. So. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So. Now, unfortunately, due to the way that this works, I don't know where I was going with that. Due to the way that this works, because I don't have the ability to actually, where's my docking mode? Oh, I messed up that slightly. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Well. I guess let's wait for this to stabilize because the, reaction wheel on this is not very good. Oh, in fact, I've somehow lost communications. I don't know. You don't know if I did that? I can, yes, I know that, but I don't know if that would actually change anything. It can? Okay. Let's go ahead and, oh, did not mean to do that. Where is... Do I just... Oh, I'm out of power. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Interesting. When RCS is on, shift is equivalent to H. Okay. Well, whatever. So I need to go to like here. Because I'm in docking mode? Ah, I see. Well... I need to get out of docking mode. This is confusing me. That is... I don't know if the controls are completely different, but it is confusing me greatly. Which sucks, because I want to see the information displayed on the panel. But okay. Let's go forward. With H. Forgot what the forward key was. Oh, I hit J. I meant to hit N. Wait. I went too far. Oh, I'm just pointing the wrong direction. Okay. I might have it. To H. To N. I'm a little offline. Frick. I need to hit N. I need to retreat. What's the button that I need? Is it L? This is taking forever. Okay. Let's try this again. I think I need I. A little bit, and hope that this is good enough of an alignment. It looks good. And let's freaking go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, I need to transfer Bob into this. And then start this, I think. That's how it works, yes? Do I need to start this as well? I am... Oh, this is going to take so freaking long, bro. I need to wait until this is 50. Alright. You can share a couple tips for building with RCS that may help for next time. I would like that a lot, because I noticed that it wasn't quite effective. It was quite bad, actually. Okay, so how much fuel did I have? Why is my staging all wrong? And oh, because I got rid of this. That would make sense. Okay, so on this stage, still have about half fuel according to this. Let's drop a save. And let's go ahead and... I guess I need to finalize the results first. Keep that experiment. And that is contract 1 done. I still need to recover it at Kerbal. So let's... Oh, I almost just made a big mistake. I need to transfer crew back. I need to transfer Bob back. I almost just left without recovering Bob. That would have been a bad thing. Let's go ahead and undock, swap to the other one. RCSN, let's get away from the craft. And then get to retrograde. And actually prograde. And I think I'm already about where I want to be. For a direct return. Yep. Alright. Drop another save just in case. Alright. Placing your RCS on the center of mass is best for linear motion. Will help stop your ship from rotating so much as you dock. This will make it hard to turn your craft though. Place RCS thrusters last and do it on half fuel for a decent estimate center of mass estimate. You could also place 2 sets of RCS thrusters equidistant from the center of mass if you want rotational support. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you. I don't know why I just turned retrograde. Putting it around the center mass does make a lot of sense. I don't know. For this craft, I just kind of put it where I had space. What? This is why we drop a save. Because I most definitely did not click a point beneath the waves. I most definitely clicked a point that was well above the surface of Kerbal. Oh wait, I know what I did wrong. I warped to the wrong side of the planet. It was not the Kraken, it was me being an idiot. I clicked over here, which is actually correct. That is correct, it was on the other side of the planet. Unfortunately, I cannot blame the Kraken this time. Alright. Let's start burning retrograde. Just to be a little safe. Just so that I don't enter the atmosphere with all that much energy. Might as well expend the monopropellant tanks as well. Okay, monopropellant empty. You are as well. Which means we stage. Which means we stage. And then wait until we encounter the atmosphere. I might have waited a little long. It is a miracle that I did not just crash into the earth. Because I absolutely should have just crashed into the surface of Kerbal. At several times the speed of the sound. But alas, it did not happen. And we have here yeah. Place them in the cardinal directions. True, true, true. That does make sense. Yeah. It does kind of limit where you can place them, though. I wouldn't say it worked fine, but it did work. It was just very difficult to control. Why was this contract not completed? Did I get the science from it? It was from a mod. I'm just wondering if the mod was messed up. Um, I did get it, so I think it's just broken. I'm gonna have to abandon this, which is so unfortunate. That's so much money. I can't afford that. I'm gonna try to redo the re-entry, which I guess I'm starting from way out here, but it's fine. I need to warp. I really don't want to lose out on $1 million. Just because of a glitch. So I'm gonna try to see if it's just a one-time thing. Munar propellant is out. Stage. Drop another save just in case. And time warp to the atmosphere. And successful chute deployment. So let's go ahead and time warp down. That was the sound of the service module, I suppose would be the term for it, that I ditched on reentry. And might as well take a surface sample while I'm here. It doesn't hurt. Recover the vessel and hope that it works this time. It did not. Well, that's a shame. Um, is there a way? Is there a mod, I should say, that allows for manual contract completion? Um, oh wait. Supposedly, yeah. Alt F12 debugging. No wait. Cheats. Mission tools? No. Contracts. Here we go. Contracts active. Mark complete. Okay. Good. Very nice. And on my next thing, it is going to be Menmis. Um, could actually do this right now. I do have a bit of time, so I suppose I might as well. It is a bit of a stupid thing to do, or a bit of a ridiculous contract, because I think, or because I don't even have to return to Earth, or to Kerbal, I should say. If I drop one of these, put a stupid big solid rocket booster on it, and a Sepratron on top, this might be enough. Just in case, though, I am going to add fins. I'm not even going to save this rocket. I just need to set, I actually can't SAS, that sucks. And also there's no shot this is getting all the way up. Actually, it might get all the way up. My apoapsis is pretty high right now. It's actually way too high. I'm gonna start burning back down. You never see a rocket do this in real life. Okay, I need to start burning weight. I need to burn it back up. Oh no. You know what? It will work. Funnily enough. Let me time warp out of the atmosphere. And then time warp. I actually can't do that. I'm gonna have to manually warp. To what was it? 180 to 190. So let's just warp until I'm high enough. And if I ever shoot, I will technically get another chance on the way back down. Here we are. Fire it off. And that is contract completion. And then I can just time warp all the way down. And then return to the Space Center. And probably call it a stream here, to be honest. Definitely not going to be doing a mission all the way to Minmus right now. Build a station on the solar orbit. That'll be interesting. But it will require Kerbals on it, and that's the big issue, is that I don't think I want to put Kerbals on a solar orbit right now. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the stream. Hope you had a good one. Never mind, there is one more contract that I can do. That I will do right before I end the stream. Which is to test the Cheetah engine while landed at Kerbal. So let's go ahead and do that. I need the engine. Which is this one. And I need a fuel tank, which is this. Let's launch. You love the Cheetah? Isn't it an awkward size? If I remember correctly, it's a pretty awkward size. Anyway, that is the contract completed. So now, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the stream. Hope you had a good one. And I will see you next weekend. Sort of is. Yeah, I think it's a 1.875, right? Goodbye. Good luck with the week. Thank you. It's finals week, so got a lot on my plate. Let's just say that. But after this, I'm done for the whole summer. Yeah, it's just said twice now. Goodbye.